kept scamming people, got investigated by the FBI, froze the business, all the accounts got taken down off Instagram.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Process Podcast with your host, Matt Corman. Thank you for tuning in today. As you notice, we're in a new studio here. I'm trying to up the quality of everything we got going on. Today's first guest, my dog Yofray Fray. How you doing? Welcome, brother.
It's good.
Thank you for joining me today.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so for those that don't know who you are, brief background, you're one of the founders of IM Shmacked, which you can give a description on it, but from my observation being in college in like 2014, 15, was just like this multimedia platform, super popular, that from my eyes helped me decide where I was gonna go to college. Basically what we saw is just like, here's the nightlife of the college scene at the colleges, correct? And then you guys put videos up.
Well, let me clarify something. I'm the founder. I met my partner down the line after like, I'd say 5 videos, and it was already taken off by then, but yeah.
Got it. So you are the original founder. So how did that start? You started just documenting different colleges. Were you in college at the time?
So the original story is I was a senior in high school, and we were just partying every weekend, and it was like one of those like movie moments where we're like, we woke up the next morning and we're like, yo, we should film senior year.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, I should actually do it, not like just say about it and then just never do it. So started filming all senior year. It was called IM Shmacked because of my friend's brother. I think it was Harley Williamson. He kept saying it, and we were just like one of those older brother things that you just like run with the word. And it was like in 3 chapters. It was drinking, smoking, and dumb shit we do, which was like vandalism in our neighborhood of Lower Merion outside of Philly.
Yeah.
And it was like 30 minutes long, and it was supposed to come out on the last day of school. I had a school issued laptop, and like I tried to delete stuff for more storage, and I ended up deleting the whole thing. So the only thing that came out was the trailer. And in high school, it came out, and like the whole school, like it was like all the popular kids from all schools in the area. So like it kind of got like heat for it, and everybody was like getting called into the office, so I had to make it private. I actually lost access to that account, so I can't even see it anymore. But yeah, so that started in high school, and everybody was like, oh, why didn't it come out? And then I was like, well, fuck, we're going to college. I'm going to art school. I might as well just visit all my friends every weekend because I want to, you know, experience the big college life as well. I was going to school in New York City at SVA. So all my friends are going to the big schools at Penn State and, you know, West Virginia, Syracuse and all that. So I was like, I want to travel to the ones close by. So took a bus, took a train to the most recent, or not recent, but local ones. And it just took off after like the 3rd one.
Yeah, you guys seemed like at the time, for those that don't know, you were like the first people to make viral videos of partying in the college scene, at least from my take. And I don't know if you took from somebody else or who else was like a competitor at the time. Were you trying to like, did you see somebody as like inspiration or something?
Definitely not inspiration. I mean, I know looking back, Barstool did the Blackout tour, but that wasn't really the vision. My vision was like, I want to make like a video brochure of a school, but like all the shit they don't show in a tour.
Right.
So it was
journalism. Like
I kind of had like the template ready. Like I was like, I need an intro. I need a person that's going to be the host in the beginning to send it off. And then I need to just get all the best parties, but try to get it well-rounded, like frats, school buildings, school store, sports games, concert, and kind of do like a best of one weekend. Try to give the best view in what I was there for Monday till Sunday, and then I would pop an Adderall, go to the school library, and just edit it in one night, upload it.
Wow. So this was all you for the first 5 videos, and then tell me the process of like what happened. So things started to get a little bit more attention, and you had a partner come in to be involved with it?
Yeah, so it was, I mean, I did the first like 25 videos. It was all me, and then this kid reached out to me. He's like, oh, I'm an author for a book. We can make this into a movie. I think he had stalked me, like kind of like prejudged what I was trying to do, because I had put the titles of it like IM Shmacked the movie, because originally it was planned to just be like a one thing, because I didn't even know what it was going to be. I was just like, I want to make a movie again, like I was trying to do with the high school one. And then it kind of took on a life of its own. So he was like, oh, I'm an author, I can make it into a movie. And at the time I was like 0 business sense, just was having fun, just wanted to do it. I was 18.
Okay. Wow.
And I was just like, oh, sure. And he's like, yeah, all right, I'll put some money into it. Sign, we could be partners. I'm like, all right. Met him for the first time, signed 50% away.
Holy shit, man.
Dumbass.
Because what was the sell? Well, I mean, that's important. So he came to you and then you had the dream of the movie. Did he have some sort of background in making movies in the past that impressed you or something?
No, I mean, he's just a slick talker, you know?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a good, like, you know, manipulator, good, you know, good at talking. And he had a bunch of money, like, came from a rich background. He was ready to keep the dream going. I mean, I didn't really have money for it.
Yeah, feel that. And at 18, anytime somebody mentions anything, we're like, hey, I'm gonna invest money into what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, like how do we put money into this thing? At the time, did you know also like what you were sitting on and what you had and how big it was going to be? Or were you just having fun putting up videos and you're like, shit, it's getting attention, it's cool?
You got to remember, this is before anybody was, you couldn't even monetize on YouTube. It wasn't even, there was no monetization. It was just like, especially with like the nature of the content, it was like we're promoting illegal drinking and like partying and stuff. So it was like, it's tough to make money. So I was like, whatever, if someone's going to throw money into it, keep it alive.
Yeah, okay, got it. And then, so let's get into how you made it successful and talk about the monetization of it as well. So at the time too, how many views was your network getting at the time? Because you had I'm Shmacked, and I know that you had other ventures that you did as well. Like, I'm just trying to get a gauge for the audience how popular this thing actually was if they didn't know.
Well, this was 2011. So first video was at Temple. I knew that like it was gonna take like 3 for everyone to start to understand like what it is. So we did Temple, and I was just like, any event, I would just like sneak on stage. I would like try to make it legit however I could.
Yeah.
So the first one was at Temple for Welcome Week or something like, I forget what it was called there, but Chitty Bang performed, or we went to Leo Force Center, and I just like jumped on stage. I was like, got the money shot. That was lit. It got like posted on Bro Bible. Remember that? Bro Bible.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Bro Bible was the pinnacle at that point. Shout out Brandon and Doug Banker. They were early guys on that. And TFM started posting it. Then the second one was Syracuse. We went to Juice Jam. Stayed with a friend of mine this girl from where I live in Philly. Avicii was performing for what I think it was called.
Rest in peace.
Juice Jam or whatever the one. Oh. Yeah, Juice Jam, the first one in the beginning of the semester. Jumped on stage for that. I was so nervous. I was like, got on stage just right behind Avicii. Got that done, and then it started to really bubble up. And then the third one that really just hit it home was West Virginia. I hit up Huey Mack, this not DJ, he was a rapper, still an artist. Shout out Joey Michael.
Shout out.
West Virginia legend. He was in a frat, Phi Psi. They were a big house on the mountain of West Virginia, overlooking the whole thing. I went out with my best friend Zach and his friend, my friend too, but Tommy. We went to it was LSU week, and it was like college game day. So it was like a massive week. Everybody came down there. We snuck in the football game, and it was just like, after that it went viral because it was just like he was popping off. That was like the era of like college rappers. We had Sammy Adams and Mac Miller, Tayyib Ali, Mike Stud, everybody. And that kind of was like a catalyst. It's like, it just mixed so perfectly. And then that started, everyone was like, oh, okay. So now they're going Temple, Syracuse, West Virginia. And then everyone's like, come to our school. Come to our school.
Sure, yeah.
So that's when it started to really take off. So to answer your question, view-wise, I think we were getting like 40,000, 50,000, 100,000, but then back then
that's fucking
that's
huge,
like $500,000 kind of back then.
100%, yeah. Especially in colleges, it's cult like too. If you're doing a 50,000 viewed video at somebody's college, like on campus, there may be only 15,000 people that go to that school. So it's like the biggest fucking deal ever.
Yeah.
So how did you turn? Well, before I get into that, actually, what are some things that you ran into throughout the process while you were doing this? Because you guys are pretty young and you're going to colleges, and you're promoting underage drinking, and you're also partying. Like, I'm sure the schools didn't really like that, or maybe they did, but like, what are some situations that occurred? Like, what were the colleges saying to you at the time?
Well, I had the vision to like keep it like never too crazy. And my business partner, after the 5th one, he started like outsourcing and like trying to get other people to do the video. And I remember we had our 6th video. It was like IUP, and he just like uploaded it without telling me, and it was like really raunchy, and I was like, what the fuck?
Because
Like,
it did take a turn. I remember it too.
Yeah.
Like it turned into like, oh wow, these schools are crazy. Like they're all drinking a ton, whatever. To like hardcore partying. Like let's get fucking shit faced, and like did get raunchy for sure.
yeah, and like I didn't want it to turn into some girls going wild shit, and like
Right.
my business partner was like, let's just views. And I was like, we need to like, I'm trying to stay on the vision so the schools don't want us there. So it was like, that's what started the conflict from there. The creative direction was mine, and then he just kind of fucked it up. So I'd say it started there when it's like, yeah, partying, drinking, one thing, smoking and girls flashing their tits and girls making out with each other. Then it's like, all right, now we're starting to look like
what are we? Are we a porn channel? Or are we like?
Yeah, exactly. So that's when school started to get a little like, but for the most part, I was still handling all the stuff, and I would make the final edits.
Yeah.
So the only challenge was, when it started to get a little bit too far, leaning right to raunchy and less like wholesome, fun, a little bit crazy, but like for the most part, I wanted it to be like schools want us there.
Yeah, for sure. Because you had a platform too, and people probably went to certain schools because they saw it on I'm Shmacked. I'm sure.
Tons. I mean, I didn't believe it really until people started to say it. Everyone said it, and then we started putting it in the videos, and it was like, I came to the school, because I would ask everybody at the school like, why do you love this school? And they would say, and then like year 2, year 3, they would be like, oh my God, I came here because of this video. You have to get me on.
Yeah. Damn, dude, you've had an interesting life. So you went to college as well?
I went to School of Visual Arts for 1 semester. My mom my parents were just like, you can go to school for 1 semester. You're not going to be able to pay for it after 1 semester, but like you can go if you want.
Yeah,
and I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna go there, see what I could do in New York City.
Yeah.
And then I just did this on the weekends, and
it started working.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this: when did it start making money?
It started making money, I'd say, when was it? 2nd semester, when we started printing shirts.
Got it.
Because we would just do we just print I remember we started printing shirts, and then we'd just be like on Twitter like, yo, we're here, come pick it up.
Yeah.
$20 a shirt.
Yeah.
And started making money to just like travel around. So that was the start of it. And then I think it was the following year we started doing shows.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Got it. And you guys started doing shows. Shows is interesting. I've been making music for like 10 years now at this point, and I don't know what it was like back then, but they're not that great margin wise for the most part. Were you guys making a ton of money?
Then they were
from throwing these concerts. Yeah.
Back in the day, you remember, it was like the EDM bubble. So it was like everybody just wanted to like do Molly and party. So it wasn't really like,
it's like
in
Miami
America,
now.
EDM hadn't really broken.
Yeah.
Like Avicii was like the start of it. So like you could book like, Joe Schmo, and it's like, I'm Shmacked, the party sold the ticket.
Yeah.
So it was like we would have people pay us to play the party.
Yeah.
So the margins were actually pretty good.
Yeah. Did you have colleges reaching out to you to throw their on-campus events?
No, it was like a situation where like we can't associate, but we like appreciate it, because we would see the rise in admissions, and like the schools would be like, more people would go to the school. We do a video there or go up. So it's like they don't want to stop us, but they don't want to like, co-sign us.
Got it. So I want to talk a little more about the business side of I'm Shmacked as well, because there was a lawsuit that happened with the entire thing. I know they hit a point where everything kind of went downhill with the situation. You cool to talk about that?
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. So what's the story behind it, and what happened? The reason I asked too is a lot of people that watch this right now, typically my audience is like outside of the comedy shit and the music shit, is like, for this platform, it's just entrepreneurs that are just starting something or trying to get out of the 9-to-5 pace or trying to do some shit, and then this is a great example of something is working really well, but then potentially can hit like an obstacle or a wall, but like you still came out very successful out of it.
Yeah.
So can you tell the story about when things started to go south and like your mindset behind it and what was happening?
I'd say the point where it really started to go bad is when it was just like shady business dealings. Like my business partner he would just be like, yeah, just focus on the creative stuff, I'll do the business stuff. And like I thought I could trust him, and then I would just hear like, oh, he didn't pay us or this and that. So I'm like, what are you doing? And he would just like make excuses for it. And I just didn't know business at the time. I should have been looking at the numbers. He was just super shady about it. And then one time that was like the biggest breaking point, I think, was He sold tickets to an event that we didn't have a venue for. It was at University of Delaware. It was like he sold like, we made like 50 grand in like a day. And it was like the tickets were to a rugby house or something, to like someone's house. And everybody went to the house and the party gets shut down immediately.
Wow.
And then everyone's pissed because they just spent $20 on a ticket. And then there was like a big ass riot. And like, I knew that was happening before, like a few days before it happened. So I decided to distance myself and I flew to Miami because it was like Miami FSU week or something.
Oh, it was a good move.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck that. I'm not gonna be associated with this. I remember tweeting online being like, I don't know what he's doing. I'm distancing myself.
Oh, you called it out on Twitter?
Yeah, because I was like, dude, what the fuck are we doing? Like, this is not okay. This is not cool. And he was just like, no, it's okay. It's all good. And I'm like, bro, all right, well, if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna do this.
Wow.
And I dipped and I was just like, there was a bunch of articles about it and they put that in it. You could look it up.
How do you feel when articles go out that are painting you in a negative light? Like,
Well, that's why I got ahead of it.
got it.
So
Right.
no, I mean, really no articles online say anything bad about me. Like I always distanced myself and like made it known. I'm like, if you're gonna do this, I have no choice.
Yeah.
'Cause I can't get my name dragged through the mud because of your dumbass decisions.
100%. So he was essentially just scamming the customer base over and
Correct.
over. Is that what was happening?
Correct.
Got it. And then, so after you guys had that situation happen, were there other things that happened too that you weren't fucking with? Like, was he
Yeah.
throwing more events that like?
Yeah, I
you
mean,
just-
I think he did that one, and then there was another situation. Like once that happens, the word spreads to every school, and then it's like
Yeah.
the cops are gonna be like, you're a visitor at these places. You can't be like coming in and think you're gonna just like cause a riot.
yeah.
So then another one, we went to my best friend's college at Westchester. We threw a party, ticketed. It was at a house, but it was like known it was at a house. It was like, this is gonna be at a big house. It's
Yeah.
like, we're gonna do it legit. The cops were like, you can't do this because you need to block the things. Or we're like, okay, we're gonna build a tarp. We're gonna do all this stuff. And then the cops just rolled it anyway. They waited until everybody came, rolled it anyway.
Yeah.
And then everybody was pissed and they just scattered away.
Yeah.
And then they flipped a car. So then that was
Classic.
like,
Where was
all
this?
right, at Westchester.
Got it.
So then it was like, oh fuck. Like now we gotta like go super, super legit now.
Yeah.
And then, but it was like at that point, it's kind of was like damage control. It was just really tough after that one.
Yeah. It's scary when you're in a spot where shit's kind of just spiraling down or going wrong constantly.
And everybody is like, all the schools were like, then start sending emails to the frats being like, if you're in an IM Shmacked video, you're gonna get your frat kicked off campus.
And then you probably were getting hit up by people in the students, and we're like, hey, make sure I'm not in the fucking video.
Yeah, or they were just like, hey, like I love you, Yof, but like we can't do it. And I'm just like, a lot of times I would be like, all right, we won't put the letters in it, we won't do this. And like I could still get it done, but I just saw the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm like, this is not, it's kind of just ruined now. Because at the end of the day, if you can't have access to like the best stuff, like that's the heart of IM Shmacked, is like the access that you can get to the best stuff. If you can't show the best of the best of each school, then it's just, everyone's gonna be like, this isn't what our school's like.
What you just said is super important. There's like that is, oh God, it's like a unique identifier of why your business or thing was just working at the time. It's because you knew at the heart of it the reason why people come to IM Shmacked. It's like sometimes when we're talking music, it's like, why do people listen to certain artists? Like I know the people that listen to me, they're not listening to me because I'm some fucking shiny object. Like I'm not like a Drake or like a Jack Harlow or like a Jeezy, like this major label artist. People, I believe, listen to me because like I say some real shit and maybe they can kind of relate to this guy that hasn't really made it. Like I'm probably not supposed to make it as like a massive artist. You know what I mean? People were coming to IM Shmacked for a reason though. They wanted the raw, unedited version of what the nightlife looks like at those places. And if they wanted some shiny fucking object, they would just go to the college's page. And entertainment too. I mean, the fucking videos were hilarious.
Yeah,
They were
I
great.
mean, we would basically essentially have to only film our events and then the campus, and it's just like at that point, it's like, well,
Yeah.
anybody could go to a concert.
Yeah.
And I kind of lost, like, I fell out of love with doing it and filming it because of the raunchy turn that it took. People would then attempt to do ridiculous things to be on the video and like put themselves in danger, and I'm just like, I don't want to. I would have to like put my camera down. I'm like, I don't even want to film this. They're like, oh, what do I do to make it on the video? I'm like, just wear school spirit, like have fun, like
Yeah.
if you try to be in the video too much, like I don't even want to put you in it. You're doing too much.
100%. That's how I feel. So when I started doing those comedy videos and shit, and they started to work, that's how we connected, was over those.
Yeah.
And like, so I get that too, because when something's working and it's exciting, people want to be a part of it. It's like, morally, it's like, I don't want to be doing videos like at strip clubs. You know what I mean? But like, the worst guy in Miami goes and does comedy videos at strip clubs. You know what I mean? So constantly I was getting hit up by like all the clubs around here, and I don't do any strip club content anymore. I did like a couple videos, but like same thing. People were always like, yo, like let's do this fucking thing, or like let's do this, like just this outlandish stuff. And I'm like, I don't really want to push that right now. You know what I mean? Like the whole stick was like of this fucking guy that's just scamming everybody. And it's like, I knew at the core why people fucked with it. And it's just because like everyone knows a guy like that. But people were always trying to set up a skit or do something that it didn't make any sense. It was just like too outlandish. And so like, I feel you. That's why I had to cool off on a ton of it. Like, and I could see on colleges for sure. Like we did a college video one time at UNH. I performed at one of the hockey houses up there. This is fucking years ago when I was a rapper there. And then some girl like flashed the camera, and then she hit up my editor after. She's like, hey, make sure that's not in there. And when he showed me the final cut, like she was in there, and he put like a bar over it. And like, this is like touring's boring Mike Stud type shit. You know what I mean? But I was like, oh, I don't really want that. But I started to see that too in college, because everybody wants to be famous and everybody wants to be in a fucking video. So I get that. When did the things start going the legal route for you with the company?
So there was a point where we had gotten investment of $500K from a connection that my business partner had.
How old are you at the time?
I think I was
Wow.
20 at the time, I think I was 20 years old at the time. And he again did a shady thing, and he was like, well, since it's my connect that like you have to give your 10%, it was for 10%. He's like, you have to give your 10%. And I was like, nah, for like 6 months. And then we like, the company like went on like strike for like 5 months, 6 months.
You guys are 50-50 partners?
Yeah.
And he brought in money. And
no,
then
he brought a connection to bring in money. He wasn't like...
Oh, he didn't do the deal? Got it. And then he said that the 10% has to come out of your cut and not his?
And not like split it. I mean, we should split it. I think it should be 5-5.
Right.
And then I was like, nah, for like 6 months. And then we like stalled the company out for like 6 months. And then I was like, all right, dude, like let's just fucking do it. I mean, I want to keep this going. So again, another dumb decision just to keep it going. And then after that, he had like the upper hand. So then he just started really taking advantage of it. He moved $100,000 out of the money out of our business into his personal account, and I was just like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Yo, if you don't put it back like in 10 days, I'm just gonna tell the investor what you're doing." And he didn't do it, and basically like embezzling money. So then the business partner sued him, went to court for like a year, and at that point it was the same thing as like, I mean, at the same time as all this stuff happening with like. The school's not like fucking with us, and the kid's not wanting to be in the video. And I'm like, this isn't even like what it was supposed to be anymore. Eventually it's gonna burn out. I don't even care. Let's just get the money back. Like I cut a deal with the investor. Like if you give me like $200,000 out of the payout of the original $500K, we can start something new, and I'll give up my equity and he can just have it. Word. So we did that. He paid all the money back. I let him have IM Shmacked. He crashed it out within a year, kept scamming people, got investigated by the FBI, froze the business. All the accounts got taken down off Instagram.
Wow.
And I think the account was like almost at $1 million at that point. Like all he needed to do was like not scam anybody, and he could have made millions off of it alone.
You know what's crazy?
What?
He scammed me.
No way.
Swear. I swear. We did a video in college because I was on Vine heavy back then, and I had funny videos that were like going super viral. And me and my buddies, do you remember like when you could like, you would do something and the thing would say send nudes on it? Like you draw like send nudes and like handles or something like that on the ground. Like he was taking out the trash and he fell down the stairs, and then like spelled out send nudes in the trash. And then my boy was like, yo, hit up IM Shmacked and send them the clip. And I was like, bet. And then he must have hit me back and he said, yeah, like $50, which at the time $50 was a lot of money. But like send them the $50, and then he just like, but he was asking for it heavy. And then as soon as I sent it, he was out on it. That
was one of the things we did first too, was like soliciting people to like pay us. Like we hit up girls like, yo, if you want to get followers, like pay us $50. And he would have like rooms of kids just DMing like, we'll post you. And then it's like I'd say like 80% of the time they just never even posted. They just take the money.
Got it. So that happened.
That happened to thousands of people.
Damn. Yeah. I mean, that just puts.
I was out of there by then, though.
Yeah. I mean, that just puts so much like pressure. I mean, it's fucking like it doesn't matter anymore. But it's like that puts so much pressure on people too. It's like when you're constantly doing something wrong and your name's attached to it. That's fucking horrible.
Well, that's why I wanted to. When he embezzled the money and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I just need. It's just too much. I want to get out of here before all that. Like, I was out years before he got investigated by the FBI. So I wasn't even contacted. Like, I know a ton of people that were like phone tapped and like everybody was like getting like investigated.
Because he embezzled the $100,000.
No, because he was scamming people like through like the stocks program, through the page, through like there's like a whole New York Times article about it.
Wow. Well, I read one about how they were doing like he was like recruiting people to. Like, I didn't know about I didn't understand the stocks thing or what the fuck they were doing with that. But I'm assuming that.
I think it was just like he was selling like information on stocks that was public as if it was like insider information and it was just like public.
Got it.
On like a Discord.
You don't seem like you'd be involved in this type of shit like that. Like, you seem pretty straight up from what I can tell or what I've done. So it's like, that must have been a shitty place to kind of be in. But good thing you moved on from it.
Well, everybody knew that. Like, literally everybody. It was also like a thing that drove tension between us was like everybody knew I was the one that like did it all and he wanted all the credit always. Yeah. And everyone would like me and we'd go to school and no one would talk to him. Like even kids from his high school would be like hanging out with me and not him.
Yeah.
So it was like he wanted to prove a point to like, it's mine, it's my thing. So it was like, that was like another weird thing.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot in my fucking day. When you're building something real, or especially if you're the first one to do it and you're the first one, like if you're bringing attention to something, actually, whoever you're doing with, a lot of times, if they're really not, they're the ones usually overcompensating for it and trying to be a fucking guy. You know what I mean?
Yo, one time we had like a big interview with like NBC or like some news thing and in DC, and he like didn't even tell me and like went alone. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm the one that started it. And he was just like so happy to be on it alone. Like,
clout, bro.
It was
clout chasers.
Clout is a hell of a drug.
So where you at now? So that's kind of the background. So I see you rolling around with Gordo a lot. Thanks for introducing me to Bosch. I appreciate you for that one.
Of course.
Yeah, that's love. But yeah, dude, what's new, dude? I see you got the Oakleys on all the time. Are you like working with Oakley?
Nah, I mean, I'm not working. I'm not working with them, but I know like the corporate guys. Like they send me stuff. I have a brand called Sign to the O. It's like a Brazilian rave series that I do.
Are you Brazilian?
No, not Brazilian. I'm learning Portuguese. Shout out Brazil. I've been to a bunch of places there. I'm going back in a few weeks.
Oh, let me know, bro. My girl's Brazilian.
But from I'm Shmacked, I started a company called College Weekly, which was the vision behind that was to make it more like brand friendly, do like YouTube series, more like high level content, long form, mid-long form, scripted, unscripted, game show, different stuff like that. Because we couldn't really make money with I'm Shmacked. There was no brands would touch us. And it was like more Greek life centered. Mm-hmm. So I've been doing that for a while. We just got 70% of it got acquired by this big conglomerate company in the college space called All Roads Travel. And they own Just College, Surge, La Tour de Crawl, which is like a bar crawl company, Spring Break. They had Spring Break on lock, Cabo, Mexico, PV. They have a formals business. They do Vegas and New Orleans and all this stuff. They have like a influencer network where brands pay them like six figures to do these different kind of deals. So it made sense that they needed to get a media brand under the wing to kind of just plug in and go film different things at those events. So that happened in March. So that's been a great partnership. Love the partners there. They've been great. Been investing a lot of money into the original content with that. And then, signed to the O on the side as a passion project. And Gordo's been one of my best friends. We actually booked him for the fifth I'm Shmacked video at Penn State. We had booked him and these other DJs.
Was
like
he Carnage
$500? He wasn't. Yeah, it was Carnage.
Yeah.
We booked him for $500 to a sold out show.
That's crazy.
That was the first time we met, and we've been close friends ever since. And I help him with the Taraka stuff. I like going out to different countries, doing content, and just hanging out. So Taraka, do content with them. Signed to the O, College Weekly. Then we have Neighbors and Friends, which is a reality game show. It's kind of like a mix of everything. It's a drinking game show where it's like 4 girls, 4 guys in a house, drinking challenges all week. I've got 7 seasons of that done. So
Where is it?
Waiting for that to come back. That's on YouTube, and we have our own website too. That started in Florida. That's a really fun thing too. But got to bring that back at some point.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we need some of that. Is it similar to like you remember like Real Life Simi Valley, that type of vibe?
Well, that's scripted. This
it's
is
reality,
completely This is completely unscripted.
Huh.
But I'd say it would be like Real World and The Challenge and I'm Shmacked and The Jersey Shore Had a Baby.
Self-produced?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, 7 seasons, and we put it on like Patreon at the time, and then I had my own website now that we just do subscriptions through. So yeah, that's making some money too.
How do you think of that shit? That's so what's like, are your parents entrepreneurs or something? Like, have you had a normal job? Like, I'm trying to figure out what, like, who thinks of that on top of everything else that's going on too.
Well, my parents aren't entrepreneurs. My dad is a designer, photographer, and stuff. And then my mom always tried businesses starting out. Like when I was younger, lived in New York, lived in Philly. But I just had like supportive, like uncle, godfather that always like pushed me to be, entrepreneurial. My godfather was really entrepreneurial. You know those, I don't know if you're into sneakers, but you know the Ari Menthol 10s? They're like these sneakers that look like a cigarette box.
I think I've seen them.
They're like really viral from 2005, but that's my godfather, Ari. Shout out to him. And just like had a lot of like OGs in the space, like streetwear and stuff like that. But the idea for Neighbors and Friends, I had a friend, Juliet Porter. Because I joined a frat at FSU also during my college career. And I was in Pike. It's like a big frat there. And I knew a girl, Juliet Porter, who was on an MTV show called Siesta Key. She was the main character, and I was like, damn, like, I like this show because she's on it, but it's like super scripted, and it just didn't. It's a girly show, It's MTV.
Yeah, that reminded me. It was like the Hills type vibe, right?
Yeah, like the Hills, but in Florida.
Yeah.
But I was like, how do I make this, but like frat and college? So I had met a group of kids called the Olos at Florida State. There was a Phi Sig kids. This kid Olo Mo and his group of friends, and I went out there. Filmed a week with them. Or actually, no, I didn't film a week. I just hung out with them to see if they're like the real deal. Because my friend Bose was like, oh, these kids, they're perfect. So I went out there, met them. I'm like, all right, these kids are cool. Shot like a season of it because we were going to like sell it to MTV. But then I was like, wait, why would I? Once I realized the path to TV was just like you sell the concept and the product one time, you never get any money off of it again. And then you just like, you have to sell once before you even get any leverage to do another one. So it's like, why would I do that when I could just keep it going and gain leverage online and then just like keep making money off it? So I never sold it, and I just kept it alive on my own, kept putting my own money into it.
Interesting.
And I eventually had to put a hold on it because the College Weekly stuff happened. Because actually COVID happened. COVID happened, and then it like put a hold on it. And then I did a crowdfunding thing through Patreon. Did a season in COVID, did a season after that, did another season, and it was just like, it was great, but it's too much work to like just get by and just do that. So I got that once this College Weekly stuff, the opportunity came to get that going, running again.
Yeah,
I just went with that.
Was College Weekly something that you founded as well, or something that they approached you?
College Weekly, I completely started that off the back of I'm Shmacked because it was another account that we had that we grew through I'm Shmacked. Like it was kind of like the sister brand, and just I had the login and all that stuff. So once everything was falling down with that, I was just like, all right, let me just put this off to the side and just completely just like right when I ended college, I'm Shmacked, it was just like hit the ground running with College Weekly, and everyone was like, oh, let's support this.
Got it. Yeah.
And then I just ran with that.
What an at name too.
College that's way better than I'm Shmacked. I'm Shmacked, the name is like, it's like, it has a shelf life, It's like, it also has like you think of I'm Shmacked, it's like, I'm fucked up. And like, it was good at the time, but like, I don't know if, maybe it would still survive now just because it was like a legacy thing. Yeah. But I don't know how many brands are really going to touch a company called I'm Shmacked in 2026.
Yeah. Is the idea, so for me, for instance, like, I view my life as building things to then hopefully get it acquired one day. Like, for example, I just did my catalog. I had like a good portion of that I sold a good portion of my catalog, and it made me realize I'm like, oh shit, you're supposed to build shit and then eventually sell. You know, some people hold on forever, but like that's what I want to do. I want to build music catalogs, sell them. I want to build companies and then sell those as well. And like most of these rich guys, when I came down to Miami, when I was talking to them, I'm like, how'd you make your money? There was always a point where they exited on something. You know what I mean? It's never was like, oh, like I own. They always also, no one's an employee for the most part. Yeah. Everyone started something and they own it, and they had either got acquired or had a larger investor come in, and now they like split up or whatever. But like for you, it sounds like you have a couple different ventures going on. It's like you have the TV show, which is super interesting. And Sign of the O is just like when you're building out a brand, clearly you've done it before super successfully. And then College Weekly was before Sign of the O, I'm assuming, right? And then with Taraka too. Like, it's not, did Gordo have that before, or did you build that?
That's Gordo's thing. It's his record label.
Okay,
it's his brand. I just help with the content.
Help out.
And try to,
help
with the creative direction on that. But yeah, I mean, College Weekly got majority acquired by that bigger company, and they're looking to sell at one point. I was able to retain equity in that. So
amazing. People don't know about the business of that. Sorry to interrupt you, but like this is super interesting. So like, how does the business behind an Instagram page like College Weekly actually work? And like, what does the behind the scenes look like of that? Because some people might see the page and be like, oh, that's just like a super popular Instagram page, not knowing like you guys got acquired by a bigger company, because these are actually media brands, and this is how news gets around and how brands get popular.
As you see, like with these bigger like companies, or even sports companies and like random brands are starting to create production companies and stuff like that, because original content is king. So the idea with College Weekly is you create original IP and reality shows. Like I have one called Date My Room that's essentially like Room Raiders from MTV. We have one, Campus Mansions, that's like MTV Cribs for fraternities and sororities. We have one called Man vs. School. It's like a travel, food, and bar show where we rate all these schools. And then we have another one called Fab 4, which is about 4 different influencers that are females from all different schools, and they all visit each other for 4 weeks in a row to show one another how they live and stuff like that.
Wow.
So the idea is you create these IPs, and then you get brands to invest in it for the views, and then eventually you sell it off to MTV or another brand that just wants to invest in something that's already built, so they don't need to invest millions of dollars into like trying a show, because that's the name of the game with networks, is like that's why their excuse of like, oh, we need to own this because we're gonna sink millions and dollars into marketing and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But if you start something, you put all the fire behind it, and you already have an audience, it's way easier of a gamble for these networks. So the idea is to make money off of the sponsors of the shows to keep the money in it and keep it going, and pay for the production and all this other stuff. Keep it going, and then eventually sell it off for a big number because of the IP.
Got it. 100%. They say that an airplane uses the most of its fuel during takeoff. And a lot of these big companies and brands, same thing when you're acquiring a music catalog of like an artist like my size. It's like, well, he already built it and got it going to a point. Maybe we can take it even further. Or if not, we'll just take it while we just drive off. And the guy who's on the ground is just excited to get the check. You know what I mean? And keep reinvesting into that. So for you, you've made your money through doing that, it seems like, building different IPs and brands. And it's like, it's funny because when we started talking, it's when I started doing those skits. So you probably saw like what I was doing was probably like what the fuck were you thinking? Were you just like, what the hell's going on with this kid?
No,
I get
were you like,
hold on, I see some shit going on.
I understood it. Like, I think that's one of the good things about being early on the internet thing. Like you were saying earlier, like, we definitely were the first. Even IM Shmacked was before vlogs even. So it's like, we were the first people like really doing any party content in general, but it was still like essentially a vlog aspect of it.
Yeah.
And I just got really good at like seeing the vision of it, because people started to understand that like you need to create a template. You need to, once people understand it, you need to just hit it and keep doing it. Like even with TikTok now, it's like you have one video style that blows up. Like you just have to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Same with music. You like Post Malone, White Iverson. Okay, I'm gonna do rap album. I'm gonna do 2 rap albums. I'm gonna do 3 rap albums.
Yeah.
Okay, now everybody knows me. Now I'm gonna be country, because now I want to be country star, but everybody likes me for rap. So I gotta wait till I get all the way up, and now I could do whatever I want, because no matter what I do, I'm gonna have the support,
bro. 1000%. That's the actual problem that I run into. The problem, I guess, or opportunity I run into now is like, before when I was promoting my music, couple thousand views. No one really gave a fuck. Because I told you before I was doing Vine content back in the day, and I was always doing funny videos on the internet. I stopped because I was like, no, I'm a rapper. I want to seriously rap. No one gave a fuck about the rap stuff as much on social media. As soon as like one day I was like, let me just put up like a comedy video making fun of Miami Music Week. That shit started working, and you're right about the template. So like you're spot on, because as soon as I realized if I shoot the video and my roommate's like, yo, like, oh, like, what are we doing? Boom, on the balcony, there's an intro, and then we go to the scene, then it ends when I'm scamming him. Those videos started working. I started doing them every day, and I'm like, oh, the template. Same thing with the music. My top song, it's like sounds like a fucking Drake, Tyga, Jeezy type song mashed together. If I ever put out a song like that, I know it'll perform well. If I try some other shit, not the same. But you feel like that's how it works across every vertical, then, it seems, right? For the most part, right?
Well, it's just the vehicle. There's so much saturation. It's like if you can find something that people resonate with, there's so much shit going on, and there's so many people trying to like ride waves of trends and stuff. It's like if I can get this content from anywhere, like if I'm just gonna wave hop, then why would someone follow me? If I'm creating something that you can only get from me, then there's a reason to follow me. If they're gonna be here for one reason, you have to give them that reason over and over again. You got to keep feeding them what they came for. If someone comes to the pizza shop for a pizza, and then all of a sudden you're saying, oh, I'm selling fucking burgers, they're gonna be like, what the fuck? I don't want a burger.
Yeah,
I came to you because I like the pizza. So you gotta make yourself the best pizza shop in town, then introduce the burgers.
Dude, that's funny you said that. I had a guide called the Spotify Growth Guide, and in it I would teach artists, view your music profile as a store. It's like when you come into the finish line and you're excited about getting the Jordans, it's like the next week when I go to that finish line, don't be selling me vacuums, or else I'm never fucking coming back. I came for the Jordans. It's like if people came to College Weekly because they liked this style of video, or even one of your shows, and then you did some off-camera shit just because you're a creative and you want to try it, don't be surprised when it's not working so well. So since you've seen it a ton of times, then, and I'm curious too, then what's your advice for someone that's trying to do something different as well? Because I want to start promoting my music in a different way than I was before, because it wasn't working. Comedy videos work or whatever, but like I want to figure out a way to, and I know other people are too, of like how to make the content that you want to do work. Does that make sense?
Right.
Versus what's getting attention, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say like try a bunch of stuff, but when you have something that cracks, you have to just keep watering that plant and keep doing it. And you could still try other stuff, but don't be surprised if it doesn't work. And then try to find a way to integrate what you're trying to do in the stuff that everybody loves you for too. Because it's like, if they're coming to you for one thing, like there's, even with me, like I follow pages and for one reason, and then they start making other stuff, or they stray away from it, and I'm like, oh, well, I only came here because of this, now I'm gonna unfollow you. Yeah. So I would say if you have one thing that works, just keep doing it and sprinkle in other stuff. But keep doing what made you pop it in the first place until you can't do it anymore. Because it's better to be known as one thing than nothing. So you just got to be, if you're the guy that makes videos doing a backflip, I mean, look at Speed. I'm sure he doesn't like barking at people anymore. I'm sure he doesn't love to do, I mean, maybe he likes to do a backflip. That's pretty cool. But, you know, he knows that, you know, people want to hear the bark. He doesn't do it as much, but like he knows that when he's already up. So like once you're up, you could do whatever you want. But like he knows that when he barks and he has a backflip, the crowd goes wild. Yeah. So you have to what you're known for, get known for what people will like you for. And you can never deviate from what made you famous in the first place, or people are just going to feel betrayed because that's what made you.
Yeah. You have to continue to pour gasoline on that fire. And then eventually, once you're famous or popular enough or good enough in it, you can kind of just sprinkle in some other shit. But that's what makes me unfollow pages too. And artists too. Like I don't listen to a lot of artists I used to listen to. It's because like they're trying some other shit. But I get it now as I've been getting older and building shit too. You know?
And even like once you build up enough catalog, like Jay-Z said, niggas want my old shit, buy my old album. Like once you have enough stuff, you can always just listen to the old stuff. But if you don't even have enough stuff for people to just like hold with them forever and a point in their life, you know, like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you're just gonna get forgotten. So you gotta, you know, build it up and enough at least. And you know, you always have that in your back pocket. If everything's not working, you can always go back to that. Because I know people like, you know, I don't want to do this anymore. If I enjoy in it, I don't like doing it anymore. It doesn't make me happy. And I completely understand that too. But, you know, you got to get to that point where you're too big to fail before you just let it go.
Yeah, you have to focus on building the thing, and you can't quit too early. So many people quit so early. That's why it's called the process. It's like people sometimes would ask me about the cheat code to how to like, oh, like, dude, I want 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify, and I'm like, yeah, dude, 300 fucking songs though.
Yeah,
you know, like 295 of them didn't work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, you had a very good start with I'm Shmacked because you also were really good at it, and you were the first to market. It seems like that.
Yeah.
But like, the game doesn't really stop necessarily. Like, how old are you, by the way?
I'm 32.
Okay, got it. I'm 31 in like a couple weeks. But it's interesting, like as an entrepreneur too, some days I wake up and I'm like, I have so many projects that I'm working on, but sometimes I still feel like I don't know what the fuck to do. And I feel like the more entrepreneurs I talk to, that's the game of just managing that as well. How do you currently manage that of like figuring out, like you don't have a job or a boss that you have to answer to from what I know. So like, how do you mentally deal with the fact of like, the whole game is like this. Even my music career, even though it's been like this, even the content, everything in your life from the outside looking in, it's like it has been like this. But through it, like there's tons of shit that goes wrong through it. So what's your note on people that when you're in this part of the wave right here when you're trying to get up? You know what I'm saying?
You just gotta push through because even like at my age, even way before, like even after I'm Shmacked, everybody that I know graduates college and they're like, "Yo, when are you gonna stop doing college stuff?" It's like, well. Like there's this one Mike Stud song. He's like, "Why stop now? Why stop now? Not my style, not my style." It's like I put 4 or 5 years into this now. If I quit, all of it's for nothing. If I keep going and going, I'm gonna push through. And now I'm like, the only reason I even got the deal with All Road Travel is because everybody in college eventually quits. They think that it's like, oh, I need to grow up. I can't be associated with this. And like, yeah, I'm not filming college parties anymore. That's ridiculous. But I found a way to still work with younger people and do college content in a way that I'm not, involved in the nitty gritty of it. We hire younger kids to film. We hire personalities to be on camera and all this other stuff. So you just have to find a way to keep going without making it, I don't know you just got to find a way to keep going to where you're comfortable doing it and you don't, you still like it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and if you have the end goal in mind, then you're always pretty much good. And also, speaking of the college market, Sammy Adams, shout out to him. He told me one time years ago, the reason why he liked the college market so much isn't like, I don't think he intended to do this. He just happened to have the college bangers when he was in college and like crush that thing. But the cool thing about the college market is it's a new group of people every year, and then every 4 years is completely new. So if you nail it with one group of people, the all the frats, the sororities, everyone, they pass down, you know what I mean? All these traditions. So it's like, for example, if I'm Shmacked Never End and you guys threw these events and you guys never stopped throwing these events and this guy didn't fuck the whole vibe up or whatever it was, that's tradition. And then it keeps going on forever, ever. So it's like one of the only markets where people don't necessarily age out of that product or that service. Whereas like, it's like, even I'll just use music as an example. Like my fans have grown with me up to this point. And if there's no new people that tap in because I'm making different shit now, it dies out where it is.
That's the gift and the curse, right? I mean, it's the fountain of youth of all industries because college kids are always going to be interested in the same stuff, traveling, having a good time, music, partying, food, all that stuff. So that's great. And the good thing is you'll never really have to change what you're doing in terms of subject matter. But the curse is every 4 years, or every year really, because every year a class is graduating, you have to find a way to stay relevant to those people because that's a big problem with a lot of like college creators. It's like what is cool in 2012 to 2016 isn't necessarily cool in 2016 to 2020. Like for example, in I'm Shmacked era, it was like drink, party, do crazy dumb shit on film.
Yeah.
And then the 4 years after that, everyone's like, we're sick of that. We don't really want to like be doing that embarrassing stuff on camera. Everybody's seen everybody drink a whole bottle of alcohol.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we gonna do that's next? So you see Nelk Boys, they start doing pranks and stuff like that. So they crack the code in that. And then we have, everything comes back full circle. So we have like new creators like Steez, Party Never Ends, and a couple of these guys in the college space now. That's like a hybrid of it where it's like vlogging and streaming and drinking and all this other stuff. But yeah, it's like just you got to find a way to just elevate it without deviating too much from what everybody is interested in. But yeah, that's the gift and the curse.
Yeah. Yeah. What final thoughts? I like to give a little inspiration out to everybody. So you've had from what it looks like, a pretty successful career so far, man. Like, you made something out of nothing with this creative idea, and then stemming from that, you even built this college weekly page up, and then a part of a big acquisition where you can get some real money. You're rolling around with Gordo, helping him build out his brand. You're building out your own TV shows as well. So you have a lot on your plate, but you've had a lot of success as well. And it seems like, I don't know if you're a one-man team or if you have like a team of employees or whatever. I know your boy, you said you're grinding with your boy that's with you, Oliver, right? Mm-hmm. He's a part of your whole team and everything you're doing too?
Yeah, he's doing all the video stuff. He's staying with me right now. We're in post-production for a lot of the shows that we did in the fall, editing.
Yeah.
We have a small team. I mean, it's usually, like I said, we need to find college kids or younger kids that are in the space that want to work, which is tough because everybody got to find people that can handle the partying aspect and the access and all that without, being lazy. A lot of people just want to have
party.
fun and not lock in.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's what even separated, I realized, from being out here in Miami. I mean, I've been here for I think about 6 years now, and 100% I've seen evidence of the people that come here and strictly just party 9 out of 10 times get lost in the sauce. But there's a group of people that see the opportunity in what you can do out here. Because at any second right now, we can go do drugs at a club right now. Any second right now, we could also be working on our fitness. We could be working on our podcast, or we could just be doing whatever. That's the beauty of this place. Anything at all times. It tests your true character on who you are. But there's so much opportunity on the other side of it. Similar to IM Shmacked, when you roll around those colleges, they could have either been the person that's partying and too much and not focused on anything, or they could have been the person that was maybe networking with you and trying to get a job and seeing the vision of what was going on. So it's just an important lesson.
I learned that too. I mean, during IM Shmacked, I think I did party too much. If I was more locked in, I probably would have locked into what was going on. But at a certain point, filming that shit was tough, bro. It would be just people yelling in your face. I would get, I see a lot of creators nowadays that you turn the camera on and they're this person, and then they turn it off and they're not even getting fucked up. I was getting blacked out. I was losing my camera. I remember I went to Ultra.
You were schmacked.
Yeah. We probably should talk about some good IM Shmacked stories. Yeah. I went to Ultra, I think it was my freshman year, second semester, and I went into a bathroom at Ultra, left the bathroom not with my camera, realized 10 minutes later, go back, it's not there. Fuck.
That's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
So everything got stolen?
Well, yeah, the camera got stolen. I lost, I think, 2 or 3 cameras, and that was pretty bad. But
wow.
Yeah. But I was really living it. I was definitely schmacked.
Yeah. I'm sure you were, bro. Damn, do those videos still exist, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, there's the YouTube channel has a few up. Our original channel got deleted, but they uploaded a new one. But I have most of all the old ones on my Dropbox.
Yeah. Got it. Interesting. Yeah. How much time do we have, by the way?
We can keep going for 15 more. I'm sorry, 10 more.
10 more? Okay, cool. You give me some IM Shmacked stories, some clickbaity Smack stories. You go with that?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What do we got? What schools there's so many.
I mean, dude, I'm from New England.
Okay.
I mean, UNH, UMass Amherst. I'm sure you guys went there. That was a huge fucking party school. But you guys had some banger videos with some highlight. Didn't you guys you guys didn't do shit with Barstool, or you did do shit with Barstool?
No,
Barstool.
I did some work with them, some freelance stuff. 2000, I lived in New York. I did them right when they got their first investment. Yeah. 2016, 17, 18 maybe. Yeah. I did some freelance stuff. But when Caleb Presley was just starting out, I was his camera guy, so I would always go around with him. That was fun. But
what was the story here? Let me guide you. What was the story when something went wrong when you were on campus?
Wrong? Well, the Westchester story, when they flipped the car, that was pretty bad. But I just knew I needed to get out of the way after that. I was just we need to go somewhere and chill out, because they're going to be looking for us. Another thing, there's a lot of stories of just crazy stuff that happened. West Virginia, the second time was probably our biggest moment. That was St. Patrick's Day. That was a year in, and everybody. That
was a Huey Mac video, right?
Yeah, actually,
that's how I found him, by the way. Was from that video.
That was the second semester of the first year, and it was St. Patrick's Day. and they were like, "Yo, it's the biggest thing," and we had already had success there, so we went there. And I remember it was like a frat called Pi Cap, and they were like, "Yo, we're gonna smash a car," and I'm like, "All right, let's go see it." And they just went there, they're just jumping on top of the car, smash it with a bat. This one kid put a fucking thing around his hand, smashed the window. I remember that was some of the craziest
All
shit.
for the video?
All for the video. People were jumping off roofs and stuff like that. I'm trying to think.
You ever see some fights on campus, I'm sure?
I would always just turn the camera off if there was a fight because I'm just like, I don't want to incite any violence. I don't want to incite any crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I think I have it in my notes. There's just so many. There were so many stories. I definitely have a note on my phone.
Yeah.
Of crazy stuff that happened. Let me see if I could pull something up.
Yeah, run it. Yeah, because you don't want to be liable. Because then people start fighting because the camera's on them.
Oh, good ones.
Yeah.
One of the first videos, we were at JMU. I think it was like the 6th video, and we went to this like apartment party. And back then, it was like I called it Twitter powers. Like we literally could just tweet like, "Yo, I'm at the McDonald's here on the street," and then like we would just sit there and wait, and like literally 5 minutes, 10 minutes, people would be coming in. Where are they? So we tweeted like, "Yo, we're gonna be at this party, this place," like literally balls to the walls, people, everyone's partying, roof crash in.
Shut the fuck up.
Roof fell. Literally, I was off to the side, so I didn't get hurt or anything. I don't think anyone got hurt, luckily, but that was a crazy one. Another funny story, during the FSU championship year, my boy Joe Hernandez, shout out to him, he was on the team with Jameis, and he lived with him, and he invited me over to their crib. It was like one late night, and I played beer pong against him. And you know when someone's playing at their house and they make up rules?
Every time. House rules.
House rules. So we were beating them bad. Like we were whooping their ass. It was Jameis and Ronald Darby and me and Joe versus Jameis, and they were down like to 1 cup, and then. You know, it's like ball in, you got to keep it in.
Yeah.
And he's like, he made one, and then he made the same cup, and he's like, "That's 5 cups." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, and this is the year he won the Heisman too. So he's like, "This house rules, man. It's the Heisman house, baby." I'm like, "Fair."
Crazy.
Then it was down to 1 more cup, and then they won. I'm like, "What the fuck?" I almost beat Jameis in his crib. I almost beat the Heisman in beer pong. Pulled some crazy rule, but
that sounds like a fucking skit right there. It's the
yeah.
Heisman house, baby. You know what the fuck it is.
You gotta respect that.
Yeah.
What else we got? Oh, another crazy one at FSU. We had a contest with Carnage. It was called ASOC University, and it was like whatever schools get the most votes and the most engagement on these things get a free concert from Carnage. And FSU Pike won. Don't know how that happened. Guess it was lucky. So we had a free party at Pike, and it just so happened James Franco was there doing like a speech at the school. And then on Facebook was a big thing back then, and someone put out a rumor like, "Oh, James Franco's coming to the party." And then we were at the hotel, we're checking in with Carnage, and he was like, "I'm in like full football outfit, like it's Halloween." Or no, it wasn't Halloween. It was a themed party. It was called Pike Academy, and it was like schoolgirl theme, like sports theme. Yeah. I'm like in a full football outfit, and Carnage is or Gordo is like, "Yo, look, it's James Franco. Go say something to him." I'm like, "What, right now?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like walking out. I'm like, "Fuck, all right." I'm like, "Yo, James Franco," and he's like, turns around. He's like, "What's up?" And he's like, I'm like, "Frat party at the biggest frat in the nation. Carnage is playing. You should come." And we had this sick. Like people that went to this party, no, we had like these like holographic invites, and you could only go. It was like only brothers, and like if you got a ticket, it was like for one girl plus one girl.
Yeah.
So he looks at it and he's like, "Okay, sure." He's like, "Get my assistant's number." So later that the night, we were eating at the steakhouse in the hotel, and we were leaving, and he happened to be there, and he like saw me, and he called me over to his table. He's like, "All right, so I think we're gonna go. Text my gonna leave. We'll follow you." So we pull up to the party. James Franco's just comes to the party.
Wow.
Drinking, having fun in the crowd, on stage. Like, we have a whole video. You could look this up, insert it in the video.
Wow.
He was chilling in the party. It went viral. That was probably the best party I've ever been to.
Yeah,
that
that's
was,
fucking crazy.
That was legendary.
But Pike at FSU won it.
yeah.
But weren't you in Pike at FSU?
Yeah, I know. It's a
Got it.
coincidence.
Yeah, nah, man.
They got a lot of views, a lot of engagement. We got to sign you up to the O, man. We got to
Let's go.
see what you look like with these on.
Yeah, let me try these on real quick. I pull these fuckers off.
Wow.
Sign to the O affiliate. Worst guy in Miami, sign to the fucking O.
Yes,
wow,
sir.
these look kind of fire.
Yeah. You got to get yourself a pair.
I'm going to have to tap in. I know you got a collection. I might have to hop in over there.
Yes,
See what
sir.
it is. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. I appreciate you guys so much. Peace.
Process.